Hi, John here at the Glasshouse. You know, in about 3 or 4 weeks, you're going to begin to see the first vegetable that's cut in Ontario. You're going to find it at every supermarket across North America. You'll find it at the farmers markets. You'll probably even find it at the roadside stand. I'm talking about asparagus. Asparagus is one of the very first vegetables that's cut here in Ontario. You can grow asparagus yourself if you've got the time and the patience and the space. First, I'd like to talk to you about location. Location would be key. It loves full sun. Sun from morning till night. Shade first thing in the morning or late in the evening is permissible. Otherwise, plant it in full sun. In terms of where you want to put it, think of terms of the rest of your life. Asparagus grows and will produce for about 25 years. So you want to keep in mind where you put it. That's where it's going to have to stay. Asparagus is started from seed and it's planted in beds, and then it's nursed for a full year, and then the following spring they dig it up and they produce these small little crowns. They're called crowns. And on these crowns will be the first few little spears ready to pop up out of the ground. You take this asparagus, you plant it in a trench about 8 to 10 inches deep, plant them about 18 inches apart, and you want to keep your rows about 3 feet apart. Once the asparagus is planted, it will just simply come out of the ground. Keep in mind that you cannot cut the asparagus that comes up out of there. If you cut that asparagus, you're doing irreparable damage to the root. Let that fern grow up. In the following spring, you cut that fern to the ground and you let that asparagus grow up again. Don't cut that asparagus. We're talking the second year. You cut that asparagus, you're doing damage to the root and to the crown. In your third season, you can cut up to 4 weeks. So mark the date that you start cutting that asparagus, and you can cut it for 4 weeks. During your fourth year, you can grow asparagus or cut asparagus for 8 weeks, and then you have to stop. If you continue past the 8 weeks, you're doing damage to the longevity of that plant. You're probably wondering, how much do I need to grow? Well, a family of 4 could probably consume a pound of asparagus at one sitting. That's a pretty generous serving. So if you take a pound of asparagus and you want to eat asparagus, let's say 3 times or 4 times a week, you're looking at about 3.5 pounds of asparagus per week. So in an 8-week season, you need 28 pounds. Each crown of asparagus will produce between 2 and 3 pounds. So if you were to plant around 15 plants in 4 years, you can probably cut enough asparagus for your whole family to eat for about 8 weeks. Keep in mind, if you want to pickle it or freeze it, you might want to plant a little bit more. So if you've got the time and you've got some patience and you really love asparagus and you've got some extra space in your garden, by all means go ahead and do it. You're going to save yourself some money. Those 15 crowns will probably produce around $1,500 worth of asparagus in your lifetime. So don't be afraid to plant asparagus. It's one of the best things for you to eat. Have a good day, and we'll see you again.